Yes, welcome back. Another vlog, but we still here. Dtube Fitness representing. You already know that Fitness Paradise, that's what it is. Don't forget to deep download down below. You can find the links to join the Discord group chat and the Steemit correction show for Dtube Fitness. Let's spread the fitness on Dtube and Steemit. Big hug as well to my one of Dtube family and Dtube Daily. Got me pushing out videos on the daily. Yes, indeed. But you're here for the episode, another episode. Today we're gonna talk about ketones and ketosis. Here it is, got the board as usual, but before we get into all this goodness here, you see number 3 here, because there are 3 main parts of ketones, and they are acetone, acetoacetate, and beta-hydroxybutyrate. So what is ketosis? What are ketones? Basically, when the body doesn't have any other source of energy, because normally it runs on carbs, when it doesn't have anything like that, the body has to switch to something else, and it switches to fat. So essentially, the body is using fat for energy, and in doing so, it produces ketone bodies, which become then fuel for the brain and fuel for the body. Some of this, like acetone, is not used, it's not needed, it's basically useless because it cannot be converted, so it gets expelled. And you can either expel it via the urine, or it can be also expelled because it's easy to evaporate. So if you are with people that are on ketosis, maybe the breath is a bit fruity, it smells a bit acidic, and that is why. Alright, let's get to it. Let's first talk about performance on this side over here. So if we compare the amount of meters run with people that were supplemented with carbs and people that were supplemented with ketones and carbs, what happens is very evidently the people that were getting a mix of both were able to run for longer distances, because they had both the short run energy and the long run energy provided to them. Now if you look deep down below over here, we have the glucose resynthesis, and we are comparing people that were provided with glucose and people who were provided with glucose and ketone bodies. And evidently enough, also here we have people that are supplemented with ketones as well. They have a higher glucose resynthesis. Why is that? Because, when the body doesn't have glucose, it uses a process called gluconeogenesis, which it basically uses whatever other substance they have. It can be protein, in this case fats. They take that and they convert it into glucose. So that's why it happens in this case. Now, something really interesting, a military experiment. Basically what they did, they were looking to create a food to make super soldiers, and they thought that one option could be ketone bodies, right? So they created these special foods and they provided to them. They did tests. What they found though is that as they increase the intensity of, let's say they are in a battle, as the intensity increases, the more they're supplemented with ketones, their energy decreases. Alright, then they did further studies and they were trying to look what exactly they were using as energy, alright? And they compared a 40% intensity with a 75% intensity of, training activity. And what they saw is that no matter what, still 60 to 78% of the energy was coming from carbs. And this is because the higher the intensity, the more the body is going to use carbohydrates for fuel. And then the lower the intensity and the longer the duration is going to be, the body is going to prefer to use fats. So this proved to be ineffective for military, so they dropped the study and it wasn't used anymore. Yes, this was it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, upvote it, comment down below if you want to say something, subscribe to Saturday Method Fitness vlogs and the sports news with your sports fans. Yes indeed, don't forget to down below you can find the links to join the Discord group chat and the Steemit correction trail for Dtube Fitness. Yes indeed, big hug as well to one of your family and Dtube Daily. Get me pushing out videos on the daily. Yes indeed, more the time has come though. Time we your best of the day to everybody. Make it good.